it's been spiritual. In all those different areas, I've seen progress.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen myself shed weight. I've seen myself getting more healthy. I've seen myself reverse my diabetic condition.
Yeah.
I've seen myself become more prayerful. I've seen myself investigating more meditation.
Wow.
And finding ways to open up my chakras.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm getting into some
Wow,
stuff that I have
awesome.
not ever been in. And it
Yeah.
all pretty much began when I started this program
Mm-hmm.
and started opening up my mind to new things, some of the Western kind of philosophies
Mm-hmm.
and so forth. So I'm doing a lot of that. It's just all around change.
Mm.
Now it's not as physical as my dreams had thought, but I know that I can get there now.
30 pounds is
With
pretty
a-
physical, though.
Right, but you know, I had the old six pack thing and the big pack, and I was just always saw me walking around the pool, right, like that. But guess what?
What?
It can happen
Yes.
without me doing all the hard work I initially thought I had to do. I can do it. You know, you see that picture of the guy I was speaking about
Yeah.
who had all the issues. He had issues I don't even have. You know,
Yeah.
and so, you know, I know that if it can work for him, it can work for me.
Absolutely.
I just haven't gotten to just putting it so much in effect. But I know that my spirit and my willingness is there. It's just, you know, it's like, you know, you turn on the light bulb, you turn it off, and one day that light bulb just stays on.
Yeah.
And so that's what's going to ultimately happen.
Okay.
So my transformation has been you know, from my family's eating. I mean, they're eating a lot better now.
Yeah, I hear.
They're eating their greens. They're eating their vegetables. We have vegetables, not canned stuff.
Yeah.
The canned stuff is still sitting in the pantry. We can't get rid of it because we're so hooked now on the, you know, right now we've got kale in it, we've got fresh spinach, and it don't have nothing in it.
Wow.
I'm drinking the spinach juice.
Wow.
When I make my spinach, I'm putting extra water in. Yeah, just to drink the broth.
Wow.
You
so
see?
Impressed. Yeah.
So all around, I mean, you know, it has been physical. 30 pounds, you know, like I said, that's, you know, that's great. But guess what? When you see me in a little bit, you're gonna say, "Oh my God!" I'm not gonna even tell you. I'm just gonna come around y'all. Be like this. Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah. You're gonna be like, "Oh my God!" I'm looking at Lauren like, really? And no, I'm serious. This is gonna happen.
I know you're serious, but let me say this: when we started, I said, Kurt, I know you have a number in your mind, but I'm not big on numbers.
I know.
And the transformation would happen in more ways than just physical. You remember me saying that? Because I was like, I don't want you to think that you're just going to, in order for you to lose, 60 pounds or so in 12 weeks, you have to cut off a limb. I think we joked about that. Too.
Right.
So I felt like it was realistic in my mind, that you wouldn't lose all the weight that you want to lose in 12 weeks.
Right.
But I know that you surpassed what I thought was a realistic number. You said 30-something pounds in 12 weeks. I mean, that's...
Yeah. And it really
that's
been
amazing.
We
did 13 weeks today. Actually, it was
40,
13 weeks.
Would have been 40 or 45.
Yeah.
It really would have been in that range.
Wow.
Maybe even 50 because... I was thinking I was really getting hot.
You were. Yeah, you had a good 2 or 3 weeks where I couldn't believe. I was worried about you. You were like 6 pounds, 8 pounds, 10 pounds. I'm like, wow, yeah, that's crazy.
I'm going to tell you something funny that happened the other day.
Okay.
And this is part of the transformation. Doris and I had an argument, right?
Okay.
And I got her so pissed off, but I was so in the moment, and I was so cool, and so, so dead on it. So I got into this thing where it deals with. I'm trying to elevate myself too. So this is my consciousness.
Yeah.
And so one of the things is low vibration things that cause low vibrations, like watching a television show. So there was a show that was just premiering called Hit the Deck or something, where these cheerleaders are running around and they're all risque and they're dealing with these high end it's just a bunch of drama show, right?
Okay.
So I'm sitting there and said, Lord, I was just finished watching my basketball game, and it was 5 minutes left to the game.
Okay.
Miami was blowing them out. She's like, let's just turn it. Let's go ahead and turn it and watch Hit the Deck. I said, Hit the Deck? That's a low vibration show. And she knew that I was researching all these things on what's high vibration, what's low vibration, and
you could even teach me about that.
How you cut out the low vibration things if you want to. I think you're really already there, especially with your family. How you guys, live, and so you guys are pretty much don't watch. A lot of the low vibration things come from what you see and what you hear. It kind of dumbs you down. You know what I mean? Watching just shows are just for entertainment.
Right. So you told her it's a low vibration.
Low vibration. And she was adamant. She must have been all day waiting for. I'm gonna watch this show at 10:00. Yeah, I'm gonna watch this show and here. You know what? It was a.
What did she say?
Oh, she got pissed off. She was like, "Hold on." She was like, "Wait a minute. I'm not a kid. You guys. I was just trying to elevate her.
Tell her I didn't teach you that.
No. But see, it came. This is where you go with this stuff.
Right.
Because if you look at it, a lot of the things once you start getting into the material, a lot of it goes to eating and other habits that you've touched on. That deal with getting centered, and getting people don't understand that we don't use all of the innate things that God gave us.
No, not nearly.
I mean that are here. There's things that are in this in the filament. That like they were like I learned about how you use the filament and the air that's around us carries your prayers and your meditation up. And it transforms it into reality. So that's stuff that people don't. You gotta research it. The pastor ain't really telling you that.
Right.
And so it goes on to say that the monks and the nuns know this. That's why they're in prayer so often. That the energies that are around, all this that's around us is not just air to breathe. There's something in it.
Absolutely.
That is electric and works for me. So. I'm telling that the Lord says she's like this. Wait a minute. I'm an adult.
So
you can't. No, I'm an adult.
She wasn't right.
We're on the same level. You can't tell me that this is low vibration. And then so guess what she does?
What?
She picks some show. What about that detective show you were watching the other day and people getting murdered? I said, yeah, I'm cutting that out too. And now she didn't have nothing to fall back on. So then she knows I love sci-fi. I'm a dead ringer for anything to deal with out of this world stuff.
Yeah.
And so she says, oh, well, what about your Defiance show? She started pulling stuff out. I said, I can get rid of Defiance. It is. I know exactly what it is now.
Wow.
I said, no more Defiance.
Oh,
and no more. So then I said, no more Atlanta Housewives. Wow. And no more. And so I'm actually ready now to turn my TV off.
Wow.
To cut off cable.
That's
because I see, even though I raised good kids, I can see where they could be more, I can't put the words to it, but it's something more than what they're getting just from just sitting and playing their games and watching TV in those moments. And there's other things that we can do. So I'm trying to change my whole family. So Lord's just like, I said, look, I said, babe, are you down with this or not? You already know that it is a better and more healthy and a more positive form of walking through life. And so we had a nice conversation. She at the altar at the end, she regressed and she saw. It's true. Yeah. It's just hard to make that. It's hard to make the turn, but ultimately, we have to get outside of ourselves and understand there's more at work here than just this husband and wife thing. It's a lot deeper. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you so choose to have that.
Ultimately, one of the things that I have here is in that transformation that you just beautifully spoke about is balance. And balance is something that we seek throughout the whole journey. You know,
right.
we're not always in a state of balance. And so you, for instance, and I'm not picking on you or anything,
right.
but I'm saying as a reminder to you, sometimes we sort of like take off full steam ahead. Listen, just hear me out.
Right.
I think that's a necessary thing to get started, though.
Right.
You know, because sometimes we're too lax and we don't put the pedal to the metal hard enough to get started. So sometimes we sort of like, we kind of skid off a little bit, and then the rest of the journey is finding that the right pace to go on, that balance, you know, and really getting, like I said, that really steady pace where it's working for everybody who's on the journey with you.
True.
Know?
I agree with that.
Turning off the TV
you know
or switching and making it really extending your transformation in other areas of your life, you'll find that along the journey you just have to figure out what's enough and what's too little. And that's something that you'll be seeking until you die, really.
Right.
You know, like
That's
where is the balance? In some areas it'll be easier to find, and then and then sometimes it'll be a little bit harder to find because it's not just you involved.
That's
you know what I mean? Like you might be ready to do certain things, but then your kids or your wife, especially for me and Farouk, you know, before we had kids and even when our kids were really small, it was easy for us to do certain things or abstain from certain things. Then you have children, and our kids didn't watch TV for probably 10 years. You know, we didn't get TV until Samuel was maybe about 10 years old. And I mean, we just didn't feel the need. He books and Legos and places and just using everything. Yeah. And then they get older and they have a sense of, well, how come I don't have that? And they start. You don't want to have them feel deprived. You want them to feel like, okay, I know what that is. I know what the other kids are doing. I know what everybody else is doing. It's not something that I don't have it, so I want it so bad. It's like, okay, well, you have it, and you know what it is, but that's not your everyday thing. You know that, okay, on the weekend you can play video games, or they don't have that, I want it so bad, so I'm starving for it, and so I'm going to sneak to do it, or I'm going to, we don't eat candy at home, so as soon as I get out of my house, I'm going to rebel, and I can't wait to get it. And as soon as I leave my house, I'm going to be like this junk food junkie. You know, we have to give them the space to say, here, this is what you're really not missing. But we know that you have curiosity about it. We want you to know what a really, you know, maybe not so nutritious cheeseburger is. Eat it. Enjoy it. This is what everybody's doing. You know, go ahead and not take your vitamin for a while, and go ahead and do some pretty destructive things so that you can see, under our care, so that you can see that making these choices are not the best for you, but you had to go through it yourself.
That's right.
So that you can sort of come back and understand and do for yourself the things that we want you to do.
That's right.
So that's just patience, you know, and balance is a part of the equation, and not just for your family, but for yourself too. You know, like knowing when to say, I really feel like I need a little bit of something that I know it's not as healthy, but it's comforting. I need it right now, and I'm able to have it, be happy, be in the moment, be conscious about it. I have some self-control around it, so I'm not going to eat the whole cheesecake, but I'm just going to have a slice, and it's going to do something for me that I need right now, and then that's it. I'm going to go back to the rest of my regular lifestyle, which is healthier now. Right. So we have to be able to, we have to learn how to do that, you know, and learn how to say, something's missing, what is it? Let me go and seek that out, and let me fulfill that need, let me find that balance.
Absolutely. So, that's very good stated, because, you know, initially I was pulling that out of my wife because it popped up, and then I started kind of poking her little buttons, and then before you know it, I was like, hey, she's taking it, you know, she's taking this, so let me just go ahead and work it. Right. But you're right. I need to really kind of just. It may be for me right now. It's great for me right now. I'm zooming off, and so I'm feeding her little bits and pieces of what I'm learning and what I'm reading and where I believe I want to go. And so I got to pull her along slowly and not think that it's not going to be some drastic change for her or my kids, because we've lived in an opposite pattern for so long. So that's very good advice. It's good.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Hey.
Hey, you. Hi. How you doing?
Good.
Ready to go?
Hey, you're gonna look at me. You're gonna look at her in her eyes.
Have a hug.
You're gonna say hi and
You
give.
look so handsome
My
today.
goodness. Where are your manners? What's wrong? You're down here for a reason because I never see you down here.
Would you like something to drink or whatever? What do you need, buddy?
No.
You good? You want to try some of this carrot juice? It's yummy.
Here,
Take some of
try
your
some
carrots.
carrot juice.
Shake it up or stir
Is
it
it
up.
like a smoothie?
It's like a smoothie.
Kinda.
Better than a smoothie though.
I wish I could stir
Is
it
there
up.
carrots in this?
I wish I
Yeah,
could stir
for
it
sure.
up. Let me just add a little bit or stir it for.
Yeah, maybe just
so
add a
we
little
could-
teeny bit in there.
Yeah, so it could kind of swish around. There we go.
I'm gonna drink a little bit down. No, that's how it's supposed to taste. Bet you're gonna like it. He likes
Isn't
it.
it sweet? Look at that. He's gulping
He
it
likes
down.
that.
See, you didn't think you'd like carrot juice, would you? Did you? See?
But you like carrots. You get carrots in your lunch. You don't get carrots in your lunch?
I do, but
But what?
it's not like carrot juice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, that's like.
So what do you say?
juice.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart. What did you need?
Not mom, just checking on my dad.
Okay. Checking on Dad. All right. So that's basically what I wanted to cover for
Okay.
your last session. Well, your 12th
Yes.
session. We'll
Yes.
call it your 12th session
Yes.
after last session. And
I'm gonna be calling you talking about how.
well,
what's
I'm
going
going to
on.
be seeing
If
you at the pool.
If you don't mind me just being hollered at you, maybe now I'll start getting and send you a little email or something, to just let you see how well things are going. So
yeah, Kurt. I mean, you're our friend.
Absolutely.
So it's
absolutely.
not like I'm going to. You keep saying you're going to see me one day, and I'm like, I'm going to be seeing you pretty often because of the boys, and like at the pool and everything. So I'm like, what is he talking about? I'm going to, see him one day, like down the line, So everything is everything. So that concludes this time. I don't want to take up too much of your evening.
Okay,
so
thank you.
I'm happy that we got to juice together, and thank you so much for all my wonderful gifts.
Oh, you're welcome. I wish it
So
could have
I
been
feel
more.
no. I mean, the cactus plant. I'm like gonna geek out over those things. I can't believe how
Easy it is to
yeah
put
they
in
look
there.
so cool.
And remember,
so,
once
thank you.
once they get a little big, also, like I said, like these windows.